What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon, happy Monday. We are working on another Freightliner M2. Customer states he's got an air leak behind the dash. So very simple. Let me kind of zoom out here. Most of the M2s are going to be the same. You're going to have this little plastic cover, bezel, whatever the hell they want to call it. It's going to have a couple contact points. You're going to take that out. Okay, these are going to be the little screws. You're going to need your Torx. I don't know if it's a T25 or something like that. Anyway, you'll figure it out. These are the four that are going to hold the instrument cluster. On the back of the instrument cluster, I already removed it. I'm going to show you the cluster right now in a second. You're going to have two plugs. You really can't miss because they're two different sizes. Okay, you're going to have your gray, your blue. You're going to have your red and your green. Okay, primary, secondary. These little spaghetti lines are the ones that are going to tell you how much air you have in your tank. You're going to have 4 screws or bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull the whole thing out. I'm going to go show you the cluster right now so you can know what you need to do to replace it. Alrighty guys, here is the instrument cluster that you're going to have on the truck itself. Like I told you, gray plug, blue plug, or whatever you can't miss. Again, small, large. How's that? This is going to be the cluster that's going to be on the dash. And again, you have your 4 contact points. 1, 2, 3, 4. All you're going to do is simply flip it over. You're going to need one of these little Torx. I have no idea what size this thing is. This thing is really small. It is looks like an 8. There you go. So look at how tiny that is. That's what she said. Sorry guys, office reference. And here it is. So this is going to be your primary, secondary gauge. So if you flip it over, that's what it's going to look like. There's nothing else that goes in there or nothing else you need to do. Although there are 3 of these little screws. 1, 2, 3. You're going to see that there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Some of the other trucks like the Cascadias, some of the Cascadias, not all, some of the Centuries and the Columbias, they used to actually have fittings that you would put back here. This does not have a fitting. So to my knowledge, it's not repairable. So you have to buy this little cluster, this little setup. It's going to run you maybe about $100, $125. Okay. Not terrible. This little piece of tape looks like a little kind of connects to the motherboard. It literally just gets slid. You have to literally slide it right in there. The new one obviously is going to be a little different. Okay. So you can see that there. Check that out. It's literally going to just slide right into place right there. Alrighty guys, next day, this is the gauge assembly, okay, for the air. So it's going to be the exact same setup as what this is using. So this is the one from Freightliner. I'm going to cut this thing open really quick. I'm going to show you guys how to install it as best I can. All right, here we go. Here is the new replacement that we're going to use. Again, there's no calibrating, nothing of that nature. It's just a simple plug and play. So there you go. There's the strip. There's nothing special about it. I mean, look at it. It's literally like for like, okay? New, old. And I'm gonna see if I can do this one-handed. I don't think so. That's gonna just tuck it right there, just like that. You are gonna need 2 hands to gently get it into place. Okay, once you do that, again, you're gonna go ahead and kind of do the same thing you would there for the film. Got it? So let me put this phone down. Let me install it, and I'm going to show you the so just to give you a quick little side profile before I actually start to tuck this thing in. Okay, that's pretty much all that's going to go in there. And I mean, if you look at it, look at that. That's all that's going to go in there, guys. You're not going to get any further in there. And again, if you're looking at the old one as a reference point, very, very similar to that. Okay, so again, we're going to tuck this thing. See, if I simply just fold it over like that, that's not going to work because it's going to get pinched right there. So yeah, you're going to have to tuck this thing like that. Okay, so kind of do something very similar to that. And let me put the phone down. I'll show you what we got, and then we'll put all that together. We're all pretty much done. So got it in there, tucked it in as best I could. Again, it's pretty hard to show you guys, but let's see what we got. Okay, there you go. So it kind of tucks right in there. Again, make sure you're not breaking it or kinking it or anything like that. This little spot here, okay, there is a dowel right there on the side. Okay, you're gonna simply want to push that in. You're gonna see that. Hold on, let me see if we can get this thing to focus. And then you're just gonna simply push down, and that's it. So the dowel's in. You're gonna have your 3 little screws, 1, 2, 3. You're gonna go over there. You're gonna connect your lines the same. Green is your green primary, red secondary. put it all back together, fire it up, make sure you have no leaks, and then you're all set to go. Again, don't forget about the little friends over here on this side. So let me put this phone down. Let's see what we can do there. One-handed. One-handed, there we go. And then last but not least, right down there. You're gonna use something like that. Again, I think this was a T8. And that's pretty much it, so. That's it. Once it's done, it's done. You don't want to go any further than that. Again, it's plastic. You don't want to strip anything. You don't want to strip the housing. That's it. And then last but not least, our little friend over here on this side. All right. All done, all set. And that's pretty much it, guys. So let me get a few things. We're gonna go back into the truck. I'm gonna connect and record as best I can, fire it up, and then we're all set to go. We are back. Here's our cluster. We're gonna go ahead and install it. The only thing I use is a little ratchet like this. It's got the T25 on there. Again, you got your two plugs, gray and blue. That's it. Smaller, larger, a little bit wider, not too bad. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. I'm gonna try to record as best I can, guys, but again, yeah, I'm about to put the phone down. So you're gonna do something like that. Rest it inside. For some reason, the steering wheel doesn't tilt. I don't know if these just never tilt or this one's just stuck. Not sure, but anyway, what you're gonna wanna do is simply pull this thing forward as best you can. You're gonna reach back here, and if I'm not mistaken, green is primary. So we're gonna put that, oops. Got a little bit of room down there, but not too much. And you're gonna just simply push pull. So bear with me, there we go. Push pull. We are gonna repeat the procedure with the red secondary line. It's gonna go down here at the bottom. Same thing, guys, there you go. Well, one-handed, a little hard to do. Come on now. All right, I gotta put the phone down, guys. But you get the idea. So you're gonna put your gray plug in here, just like that. It's gonna click. One, you're gonna do the same thing over here. Two, let's see if I can record again. I'm just a little stubborn and I wanna see if I can do it now, just for that. Come on now. There's a little, aside from it having to go right in there, there's a little bit of like a guide, a little copper guide that's got to go right in the tube. So sometimes that falls down and doesn't let you get the hose in there. So let me put the phone down. Let me use two hands and then we'll be right back. Alrighty, had to put the phone down, had to use two hands on it. And that's pretty much it. This is gonna tuck right in there. If it's connected properly, obviously you're gonna have the mileage on there. You're gonna grab your screws. These we're gonna get rid of because they do need to be labeled properly. If not, it is a little bit of a, I don't know if it's a ticket necessarily, but I know they frown upon it. So I got new ones anyway. We're gonna get our 4 screws. You're gonna notice these, or 4 bolt screws, whatever you wanna call them. These are gonna be a little different than the ones that we're gonna use, that were used to hold up this little panel. Okay, they got the little bit of that, that washer that's built in there. So there's 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, guys. So you're gonna simply, let's see here. Do the same thing over here. Do the same thing down here. Now these are plastic, which is a terrible design, but you know, they just crack a lot. I don't know what the hell. So let's do that. Let's get our little tool here. Done. You don't want to force it, guys. Don't break it. Remember, it's plastic. 2. Let's see here. 3, 4. Over here. All done. So now the fun part. We're gonna go ahead and grab this plastic bezel, whatever you guys want to call it. Cover, panel, bezel, whatever it is. Let's see. There we go. And that's pretty much it, guys. So you're gonna see, you're gonna have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 screws. Tighten all that down. Right now I can't start the truck, but I am going to make sure that it does work properly, make sure I have no more leaks. I'm going to make sure that the air is building, and it is showing that here on the gauges. So let's finish up. We're doing one more thing down here. We've got a coolant leak. Let's figure that out, and then we're going to fire this thing up and prove that everything works fine. There you go. Alrighty, guys. So we had a coolant leak that we had to take care of. It was behind the EGR cooler. So there's a pipe on the outlet side of, or near the outlet side of the EGR cooler. It kind of goes down toward the engine block area, so it supplies the EGR cooler. Right now, what I want to do is go ahead and fire it up, make sure we don't have any more air leaks, we don't have any more issues. Hold on here. What the heck? There we go. So we got that fired up. Make sure we're in neutral. Let's lower that a little bit. Here we go, guys. So oil pressure, always check on that. And then we're going to make sure, of course, the whole point of this thing is to make sure, God, good Lord, is to make sure our air gauges are going to be working properly. So I'm just trying to, okay, this ain't going to work. So let's do it again. Here we go. All right, guys, there we go. So now, fired it up. This should be building air nicely. Let's just keep an eye on it. We're going to turn it off once it purges. If we have no more leaks behind here, that's a good thing. Hopefully that'll resolve the issue. Hopefully there's nothing hiding here or anything like that. So again, we did put the, I hear something leaking down there. Shit. All right, let me put the phone down, see what's up. Alrighty, guys, so it turns out this little hose right back here, this green one, I didn't have it all the way in, and that's why it was leaking. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fire it up one more time. I'm going to let the air build. So I'm going to let this thing build up all the way. It's going to get to about 125. It should purge. Usually the primary builds up first, secondary will follow, and that's it. So let's let it build up. Shouldn't take very long. And then of course we're going to check for some leaks. Hopefully we have no more leaks there, and if that's the case, this truck is good to go. But let's just wait and see what happens here. All right, guys, still building, still building. Alrighty, sorry about that, guys. Then the red one started to leak, so I didn't have that hose all the way in. Now we've got it all the way in. I gotta let these bad boys build all the way up. Hopefully we have no more issues, no more surprises. All right, so far so good. We're building air. That's what we want. There we go. 337,000 miles on this thing. We should be purging right now. Sounds pretty quiet in here. Yeah, well, this is good. Oops, sorry about that. This is good. So far, so good. I think we've got another small leak somewhere in here, but I'm going to have to take this dash apart a little bit better so I can get behind it and see what's going on. But for now, I think that's a pretty good good repair. So guys, quick little something you can do yourself if you didn't know the leak behind here. Again, normally there's some fittings, but every now and then you're going to get something like this with this cluster where you're going to have to replace both of them. And again, fairly inexpensive, something you can do yourself. Guys, if this video helps you guys out, all I ask again, like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Have yourself a great day there.